Alright, hello everyone, this is XSample from the future, and I've just come here on the Third Echelon Server to just say a few things before we get back into our last project. Yeah. I don't normally break my videos up, but in this case I've had to, because it was a rather large recording session. I recorded 3 hours, and normally that's about 9 hours of playtime. Compressed into 3 hours of recording, and then I've got to compress that into 30 minutes or less, and I can't do it. So we're going to get into this second part of this episode, and we are going to make the automatic Shulker Box filling system. Yeah. Alright. No! This place gets real dangerous at night time. I'm gonna bail. There's always so much exciting things to find in these chests. What is it? A horse? There's a horse outside. Man, I'm getting some good stuff. This is cool. So I've got a whole bunch of wood, got some item frames. I'm pretty sure there's a bunch more around here. So I'm going to take all this back with me. This is all my stuff, by the way. It's all good. There's a bat around my haunted house. Oh! Come and get me. Oh, you did! What? Is there still another one? Nah. Did I kill it? Wait. Oh! I thought that was Herbert. It's not. It's that wandering trader guy. What's he want? Ah! I don't want anything, man. I don't want any of your stuff. Get out of here. And your llamas spit. They spit. Yep, all the time they spit. Watch this. If I stare at it too long, it's going to spit at me. Go, do it. Spit. Oh, brains. Well, I don't think I could pick it up and need to drop something. Gunpowder. By the way, this castle is now very dangerous. All the extra mods have been doing to it, I haven't lit the place up properly, and it's just a spawn zone. Ah, oh, no! Here it comes. Made it. Well, I think this might do us for a while. I'm pretty sure I've got enough. I hope so. Right, so dig, dig, dig. What the? Huh. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, I'm liking this. It's looking alright. The floor on this is going to be a bit different though. We're going to come down a few more levels, and I've marked out with the grey or the cyan blocks there. So yeah, liking it. Right, so I need to remember how I did this now. I'm going to need a bunch of stuff. Sticky pistons, regular pistons. I know there's some over by the barn, but I'm pretty sure there should be some around here somewhere, because I did have some. I just don't know where they are. Alright, so we're going to need some repeaters, some comparators, redstone dust. We're going to need droppers, dispensers, which we don't seem to have much of right here. Hoppers. Maybe some more of those blocks. Any lamps? No lamps. Levers. Where did I stick those? Ah, there. And some mushroom spray or something. I don't know. Right, pistons. Where are you? Regular pistons. That's why we need some of those. Still haven't found the stickies. Stickies. Awesome. Right. So I made a little platform down there, and oh yeah, and I made this staircase just because. Oh, it's on the other side. Around and round I go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Every now and then you get this slight jump boost and you fly. That's pretty cool. So, this is going to be tricky working from underneath. So, this is where we are going to fill the shulker boxes. Now the shulker box is going to sit there. So on the side we're going to need a dispenser, and I've only got one of those right now, and facing so that it'll fire an item over here, and that's what we want to see, like that. And what's going to happen is when we power that, the shulker box will come out. Right, good. Now to fill the shulker box, we are going to have a hopper underneath. Ooh, I just thought of something. No, that hopper shouldn't get locked because we're powering that lamp indirectly through that block. Well, that's how I thought I worked it out. I hope that's actually true. Otherwise I'm going to have to come back down and change this. Right. So, then we need to break the shulker box, and we do that with a piston. So, we want it on this level, and the piston is going to be facing, so it's going to be here, there, and extend, yeah. I think that's how it works. So the piston is going to be just a regular piston there, so when it extends it'll push the shulker box into a solid block, but in this instance I'm actually going to place a half slab there, because it then pops the item up on top of the half slab instead of pushing it under, which is cool. And this is where we can do a bunch of different things. So we could have like hoppers here and here, or underneath this block and underneath here, to take the item away and put it somewhere else. But in the meantime, we're just going to leave it. I can't really show you that right now. Now, on this side, we need to have a comparator to measure whether or not the shulker box is full, and we want to do the same things we did with our chests and have two pieces of redstone dust powered by a switch and the comparator in subtract mode, so that we can test whether or not it's actually full. Yeah, so we need some half slabs. We're going to place the comparator here facing that way. Let's go do this, get some half slabs. Right, so this this is where we're going to put the comparator. We're going to be putting it so the power is going into that block, and I had to change my design. I tested this out, and unfortunately it's going to go into the sticky piston. No, no, it needs to be facing down. And underneath that we're going to put like some redstone block, and that's because I'm using this to trigger some more redstone, which has a whole bunch to do with ejecting the shulker box and injecting a new one, if that makes sense. Right, so the comparator is going to be going into there. Put it in subtract mode. And the redstone, let's try this for now. So then 2 pieces of redstone dust, like, and then we need a switch, lever, whatever, goes there. Right, so let's just recap because this is getting complicated. This dispenser is going to fire out a shulker box. It's going to get filled by this hopper here, which isn't connected to anything yet. Once it's full, this comparator is going to detect it. Then it's going to fire off that piston, which is going to have a redstone block on it, and that redstone block is going to fire off some comparators and bring it right back around here, and it's going to fire this piston, which is going to break the shulker box, and then after it's done that, it'll fire out and it'll dispense another shulker box, which is pretty cool. And that's pretty much the basis of this machine. But we need to complete the circuit, so I'm just going to go grab redstone block. Let's not make the mistake twice. I think the redstone stuff is here. Yeah. Grab a bunch of those. And I really need to go down and grab some of that stuff. Right, down here. I don't have a proper floor. That goes there like that, and then when that piston gets extended, it'll come down and it'll complete a circuit we haven't made yet. Right, I'm gonna go down and get the stuff. Right, so the reason for using a redstone block is not very obvious right now, but if I remove this piece of block here, this is right here on this piston is where my next dispenser is going to be for the other machine, and I found that if I'm taking a signal out from the comparator over the top of this block and pushing it into a solid block, it actually fires off the other dispenser or locks it, and yeah, it does something else too, but I can't remember. So that's why I'm using the piston. It's going to work fine, it's going to be great. I swear. So that piston is going to extend down to here, and then we need to take an output from that. So I believe on this level we're going to have some half slabs coming around here like this, and that's where we're going to place our next lot of circuitry. I can't actually remember how this goes now. Pretty sure it's like a it goes repeater. Yeah. It goes into a solid block, and then out from that there's a redstone dust on top of that, I believe. Yep. It goes up to this level, so power's going to come through that block now, and then 2 repeaters go on top of that. Just place it down. Yeah, good. Right, and then it goes into another solid block, and then that comes out to another solid block here underneath, a piece of redstone dust on top of that, and then it goes into a repeater which is down on this level. I don't remember if this is a solid block or not. Into a solid block. It's so hard doing this in survival. Right, then I think It has a redstone no redstone torches. It has a redstone torch on the side of this, which then powers that. I think. I'll have to double check that. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. But first, what we're trying to do here is get the redstone signal out here and then ladder it up to that piston. Wait, oh no, that one down. That one down, that one up. Get it right. Right, so then redstone dust there, extra block there. There we go. Done. Right. Well, that is how it works. So when the comparator detects that the shulker box or whatever is full, it will fire that piston and make the circuit run. It will make this piston go forwards and crush the shulker box, which will eject it. Then once it retracts, this redstone torch will turn back off and it will fire that dispenser. That's how it's supposed to work. So if I put one item in there, right, and we do this thing again, the piston opened up, which crushes the shulker box. The item didn't come out yet. Then if we turn this off, it dispenses the item. That's correct. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to work. Right, there we go. So now I'm just going to do this 7 more times, and yeah, we shall get that part done. Then we need to get a shulker box and test this out. Wait, what have I done wrong here? Oh no, I've done something wrong. Those hoppers are in the wrong place. There. Alright, that is done. We have ourselves a automatic shulker ejection system / whatever we wanted to do. I guess the only thing really left now is to test it out. The only problem is none of the chests are really full. I was AFK here for a bit and nothing's full yet, but I do have lots of full double chests and I'm debating whether or not I should just fill them all up with those items, but that means I've got a lot of running around to do. Not really into it, but maybe I might do it. Not sure. What do you think? I think what we need to do is sort of tell us what these things are. So maybe if I can jump high enough, I'll put a item frame up here. I only have 6 at the moment, so I need to make a couple more. But I think what we should do is put the most pressing items. So that would be glowstone, redstone. What's this one? That's not really amazing, but it's more amazing than the others, and gunpowder, I think. So I should just grab one of those. No, I've got more than one. And put it in the item frame so I can tell what I'm looking at. Yeah. Yeah. Got it. First try. Alright, so now those are in, I can tell what they are. Yeah. And we've got some shulker boxes to use, but what was I going to do beforehand? Oh yeah, I was going to look at this. So I was thinking, what's with these damn mushrooms? They're everywhere. I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to be able to look down there and see all the redstone maybe something about putting glass in. I just want to look on this side. Yeah, this one's really open, so maybe I'll do the same over that side to this one and just put glass in, and then we can see down there and maybe have a door and some stairs going down, because we're going to need to access this later, but we actually don't need, oh yeah we do. There's one thing I haven't done yet, and that is a place to load the shulker boxes. Oh yeah. Anyway, first things first, glass. I know there's a bunch of it around somewhere. I've just forgotten what chest it's in. Nope. Alright, well, enough of the glass thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how it works. Finally show you how it works. I don't know if there is enough, items in here to fill it, but how it works is, in that dispenser we're going to fill it up with, you know, shulker boxes, empty ones. And I know that, I think it's this block here, if I place lever, I should be able to trigger the system. No! Uh-oh. Did I do something wrong? Oops. Is it this? Oh, there we go. It's that spot. Right, so the shulker box comes out and starts filling up. You can't actually open it. Why not? I thought you could open it. Oh, it's come out that way? It's come out sideways? Well, that's a little bit weird. So I can't see if it's full or not. I can't see it. Oh, it shouldn't be sideways, right? Doesn't it just... Shouldn't it open upwards? Okay, now it's not going to work if I take that block away. But I can't open it there. That's silly. That should come... No, I don't believe that's correct. I think that's a bug, because I'm pretty sure they're supposed to come out standing up. Well, not much I can do about it till it fills up, but maybe I can actually help it along. Just a tiny bit of redstone. Maybe if I break this... Oh, I've got too many items on me. Gonna get rid of stuff. I have forgotten. I've forgotten to place some blocks down the bottom there. There needs to be blocks here and here. Normally, I was talking about having hoppers to collect them, but in this instance, we want to collect them ourselves. So I'm going to put solid blocks there for now, just to show you how this works. And yeah, it's getting there. It'll fill up, but that should be good. So once the shulker box is full, we'll see this system in action. It should just spit it out right here, and it should be full of redstone once it's full, and then it would automatically load the next one in, which I haven't set it up to do that yet. Maybe I should. Do I got time? I probably don't have time. Let's watch this happen first. Yeah, there we go. I wasn't watching, and it happened. Right, so what I can do is I can put this down, take some out, break it, and let's grab another couple of shulker boxes. This way, and instead of me looking in my inventory when it happens, we shall set happen in real time, and we'll watch it load in a new one. So we're on the redstone, yeah. So I'm going to throw in that one there, and this is the one that we just had that is full. I'm going to, so just look at it, yep. Okay, so we need to add some more into this one. And what's going to happen is once this one's full, it's going to kick it out and then load the next one. There we go, and that's it. That's as simple as that. So now that shulker box is also sideways, which it shouldn't be, is now filling up with redstone. This one's full, and once that is full, it'll spit that one out as well. So like I said before, we could have hoppers under here collecting them, and sending them elsewhere, or we could stand here and collect them ourselves. Now that is a mechanism we're going to do another day. At this stage, this is great. This works perfectly fine. Now, there is a couple of other things that we need to do here. I need another lever, and it's like a panic switch. So much easier to do if you do like a tutorial with this sort of stuff. Doing this in an episode like this is hard. So, here we go. If we place a lever there, it's called a panic switch. So if the shulker boxes are just popping out all over the place, you flick the switch and the dispenser under there gets locked and will not fire out another shulker box. So you can turn the system off. And to jump start it, you can always flick this lever and it will jump start the whole system. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So that one's going to be, well, it won't fill up because we're out of redstone. So I'm just going to add some more in. But anyway, that's how it works. Really simple. Since we don't have enough shulker boxes to fill this whole system, not yet anyway, we will just place a chest in here. The piston won't crush the chest, and even though it's detected as being full. And what that means is we can just grab... Oh, let's just make another chest, I guess. We can't need them. You can just grab whatever you need out of the chest in the bottom, for now. Until we decide what we're going to do with the room downstairs and how we're going to process this stuff. So theoretically, just place the chest down there, it'll fill up. It won't get destroyed by anything, it'll just keep filling up and you take out what you need. Job done. Alright, well I did a little bit of extra work. I wanted to explain this a little bit better. I haven't been doing a very good job, I don't think. I'm doing my best. So how this works now is, let's say you wanted to load up, I don't know, 6 shulker boxes full of redstone. Right, all you need to do is load up this chest full of shulker boxes, empty ones, and they will find their way into the dispenser. The thing that you need to do is start the system off. You can do that by placing a shulker box down, or by pushing a button, which will be here somewhere. I've just rewired this, so I haven't put a button in yet. This lever here is for a panic switch, so if you want to turn it off, all you need to do is flick the switch and it stops items from going into the shulker box, and it also stops new shulker boxes from being dispensed. So yeah. So how it works now is, once the shulker box is full, it will break. It'll get sucked up by a hopper under here and then thrown into this chest. At that moment, it'll load a new shulker box, that'll start filling up, and once that's full, it'll get broken and thrown into this chest. And you don't have to do anything. You can just stand right back here and watch it. It might take a while to fill them up, but once they're full, they will all end up inside this chest. And so that's kind of cool. That's the kind of automated system I was talking about at the beginning. Not very well explained, I don't think, but I hopefully you understand now what I mean. And yeah, that'll be awesome. So then we can pump these full shulker boxes out of here to somewhere else, or pick them up by hand. This is still in development. I am constantly changing it. As you can see, this is the original system. This is the slightly modified one after I kind of went, oh, you can't actually open the shulker box, which is kind of makes things a little bit annoying. Because if you just want to grab items out of this chest like this, before you couldn't, but now you can. So the shulker box works like a chest, and theoretically we could turn the automatic braking thing off so the shulker box doesn't get broken, and just use it to collect items out of, right? So that's where I'm getting at with this. Once we've got full shulker boxes into the system underneath here, then we're going to think about, where do they go from here, right? So we can then decide to pump them anywhere we like. Well, this has been a task and a half. I am not joking. I thought this would be easy, but I've gone and overdone it, I think. But yeah, I hope you understand the system now. This will be really good. I'm telling you. Alright, well, there is actually a problem with my design, believe it or not. I did have a look at this a bit later on, but yeah, there is a problem when I believe, is it this one? There is an instance where I think it's up. Oh yeah, that's right. My modified one, the modified one I did. Yeah, it's not apparent right here, but it is going to be apparent over here, where this redstone block is actually going to power. I think it is this dispenser. Maybe not. Actually, yes and no. This part is also the problem here. So these two blocks here both have redstone dust on them. Now this system, well, this sorter slash filler is far enough away from this one that there is no, there's no cross contamination of redstone powers going on here. That's what we can call it, contaminations. Further down there, these ones are too close to each other, and the same with over here and on the other side, that these two redstone bits of dust are going to be touching each other. So I've actually have to redesign this part down the bottom here. I believe what I can do is use observer blocks. And did I... Oh, dang it. I have one on me, which is handy. Get back up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick it there so that it's facing out this way. Then, what to do next? It's going to drop down onto this level, and then instead of running... do I need to do that? Instead of running the redstone round up this high, we can run it down around here. The solid block here. We're still going to have that same trouble there, but if we stick another block on top, that stops that redstone signal from interacting with any of this redstone stuff. The power goes through that block, and then this is pretty much I've got to rebuild all of these now. It comes out this way into some redstone dust on top of that, then into a repeater. Yeah, and I just fell down that way. I need some more redstone dust. Then it goes into that block, which goes into there, which is fine. And I'm going to change this, so I'm going to move the dispenser which fires the shulker box up like I did over this one, because I wanted it out of the way. So I think it goes up there, and that means I need a redstone torch on this block, which I also don't have, but do now. So there, and that goes into another solid block. I hate how it does that. It just doesn't, you click, and it doesn't go. Right, there we go. It goes into there. That should fire the dispenser above it, which hasn't been moved yet. Then, I want to do the same thing as this, which then locks. Yeah, that's right. That's why that one's different, and this one's going to be the correct one. So I'm going to remove those two blocks. And go up. That redstone dust, can that stay there? That goes. Yep. That redstone torch goes, because I've got one on the other side now. Half slab there. Maybe. Redstone dust on top of that. And then this is going to be our reset block right here. So then it's a solid block here. Yep. Right. And then I think it's a repeater, and then on this level there's some redstone dust. So at the moment, this is what I mean, it goes into the other one over there. We don't want that. And then it's a repeater going that way, and so our switch is going to be here now, and this will lock the whole system. And this is so hard doing this in survival. When that observer comes down, because it gets fired up by that comparator, it'll come down, it'll fire off a redstone pulse that'll go around here into that block, through that repeater into that block. That'll pulse the dispenser, and it'll also fire off the ejection piston, and everything should work the same as before. But then this locks the system, which is good. At the moment it's crashing into this part, so we need to do the same process here as well. So I need some more of these observer blocks, which I think I need to go create. And yeah, I'm going to redo this whole system and then test it out. So this is going to take a bit. I'll be back. Alright, well, a little bit of an update here. It's definitely harder to do it once I've built the thing. But the idea is we're trying to separate out a few things now. So one of them being, okay, so this acacia wood here is the sort of like panic switch slash start line. The grey part here is part of the automatic ejection and restocking, ejection and injection of the shulker boxes. Yeah, and what I was trying to explain, this is so hard to do in a survival, I'm telling you, it's so hard. Okay, so this whole section here that my cursor is going around is part of the piece of one system, right? And before we had this issue where this piece of redstone dust was actually interacting with another piece of redstone dust over here, and also the way I set it up was that the redstone block here would actually lock part of this system, and in some cases actually fire it off because of this reset line or this panic line. So when this one filled up a shulker box and then spat it out, it would actually fire off this one, and we don't want that. So now these systems can't communicate with each other. They're completely locked off. So this redstone dust cannot power any of this. And we've removed the redstone block and using these observer blocks. And what's really cool about that is that they don't actually carry a current through them. So the comparator on top is putting power into that block, but that power is not transferring into this block, which it can do if you're using a solid object. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated to try and explain all the things that I've found out while building this, but this actually works pretty good now. I think we just need to test it out. This is not a wall, I'm just using this to stand on. So this one, we have this chest, and the idea is that we could turn the machine on and walk away, and it would fill up all our shulker boxes eventually, and put all our full shulker boxes in here, and then we can pump those out to wherever we want, or we can maybe collect them from here out of this chest, but I don't think that's really a great option. We can think of something better than that later. So in here we've got some shulker boxes. What I want to try is I want to go back up there now, and I've got this full one. This one's full of redstone, and I want to put it in the system, and I want to show you what happens after that happens. And I can't show you the panic switch thing because the ones in here aren't full. If they were all full, then I could show you it working, but it does work. So what happens is that the switch above here will power this redstone and it'll lock everything. But once you unpower it, it'll actually set everything off again. So it's kind of like a start-stop panic switch. So it does two things. It starts and stops the machine, and it also stops it from spitting out things if it's gone a little bit haywire. If that makes sense. Ah! Okay, so I've only done that side. I haven't done this side. This side's still the original, and this is the updated side. And what I need to do next is to redo all the dispensers and the inputs for all the items. that means items and the shulker boxes. So over here, this one, the items come out of this chest, go through this hopper line, above this redstone. This does not lock anything. It goes down here and then into the shulker box, or chest, whatever we have there. And then this row of hoppers that is got some redstone on it, which will get locked when powered, but that doesn't actually matter at all, feeds into the dispenser, and that's where the shulker boxes will go into. Now I can quite comfortably route some more hoppers around here through this line here, and it will not get powered by this redstone, and then have a way of filling those with shulker boxes somewhere through the middle here, because we've got room, which is cool. So I need to now go ahead and update all the hoppers going into those places and some dispensers over there. But first, I promised you we were going to show you what happens when the system gets a loaded shulker box, for redstone in particular, which is here. Don't fall down that hole. Oh, that's not a hole, that's a hole. Okay, so let's say our shulker box is in here and it's being loaded up and it's full. It will get broken, and then the next one will get loaded in, and the full one will end up in here, which is what we want. And now this one's getting full, and once that's full, it will do the same thing. Oh, it's actually going to fill up pretty quick. Maybe? Ah, that's sad. I thought it was going to do it right in front of us. Maybe we can help that out, eh? Maybe we can. We've got lots of redstone we need to put somewhere. Okay, so what? I'll put a stack in here and a bit more, maybe a bit more than that. Okay, so when that fills up, that'll do the same thing. It'll spit out that shulker box into the system, into this chest, and then load another one. I'm just going to sit here and wait for it to happen. Yep, there we go, right before our eyes. So the next one is loading, and that full one is in here. So now we have two shulker boxes full of redstone dust, and this one we can access, where before we couldn't access the shulker box because the hopper was directly on top. Now we can, and if we want, we can flick the switch and nothing is going to, the system isn't going to fire and replace that shulker box. But hopefully, if I've done this right, the redstone dust should flow into there. Does it? Ah, well, that's something else I'm going to have to fix, because I actually want that to happen. I don't want this to actually block off the redstone dust, or do I? I don't know. I think what I'd like to have happen is I would like to be able to lock it and have redstone dust flow into it, so that we can always have the shulker box here instead of having it broken and then thrown into this. Which means I'm going to have to do some work down here. What's happening is underneath this hopper there is a solid block, and that solid block is being powered. Now I may be able to get away with using something else in there, but I haven't worked it out just yet. Okay, well that's a bit of a shame. Maybe that's something we can fix another day. Ah! Dang it! This is... Oh, I'll back up there again. I'm happy that the witch farm is completely working now, updated to 1.14.2. That is really good news. I fixed that in my last episode, and if you are worried or concerned about, oh no, you'll never get your witch farm back again, there is a way to do it. Yeah. Right, so that is our previous effort, AFK overnight, and this is our new lot of iron. It's okay. It's not like the fastest iron farm in the world, but you know what? I still have 2 cells missing up there, which will help a lot. But considering that everything changed and we're still getting iron, and those looks like pretty decent amounts really for being here, just working in this area, it's going to be fine. I don't think I'm going to have any troubles and have to go out and mine for any iron ore anytime soon. So yeah, whoa, yep, that witch is gone. Good, whoop, go down. I keep falling off the ladders. Anyway, I have a mushroom problem I need to sort out. I'm not sure why I'm getting loads of mushrooms here. That is something I need to sort out. I also need to fill in this hole so I don't go down there again. Alright, So I'll let this thing go and do its thing, and yeah, I'll catch you another time where we work on something different. There are plenty of projects I need to do around here. I also need to finish those things. But I think you've got the idea where we're headed with this. It's got great potential. We can now send these off anywhere we like, even into a I don't know, storage system where we can retrieve and get them. I guess retrieve and get them is the same thing. And yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm happy with the progress. Still plenty to do, like I said. So I will catch you next time. Later. Oh snap! Oh no! Oh no! What the heck? What's going on? Ah! No! What the hell? Oh no! I'm in trouble. This is what the heck? No! Ah! Ah! Let me out of here! Oh!